About cyberspace? If you're a parent, the answer is probably yes. It's a rare day when there's not a news story about someone's child getting into internet trouble. You can ditch the computer or you can learn how to keep your kids safe. Ken Colburn is the founder and president of Data Doctors, an internet safety group. He joins me from Phoenix with some practical advice. I'm assuming that your company is getting more and more popular.
Well, this need has been there for a long time. What's great is that we're seeing that parents are starting to really understand that they need to really kind of take notice and kind of learn about this technology they kind of left to the kids.
All right, well, you talk about you can either block or track. Will you tell me the difference between the two and why you actually, when it comes to you and your kids, you decide to track?
Well, I think the age of the kids is the basic thing. If you have really young children in your home, then you can't expect them to really know what to do when something comes up. So in those cases, blocking probably makes the most sense. As children get older, their searching and requirements for the internet become more sophisticated, and blocking software sometimes can be a deterrent for them to be able to do homework and things of that nature. So if you have a good relationship with your kids and you set the ground rules, then the tracking program just allows mom and dad to understand, okay, they're following the rules.
All right, well, let's talk about a website that you can use. We asked you for a good suggestion so we can do a little show and tell here. If you want to track your kids, you said K9webprotection.com is really easy to install and carry through. So we've got it up here. You as the parent can go on and register. You get an email within seconds. You get the software link, you download it, you pick a password, and then what happens from there?
Well, what happens is it starts to incorporate all of the rules that the folks over at Blue Coat, the parent of this software program, which is absolutely free for anyone that wants to try it. The rules that they've created for keeping people safe when they're surfing are automatically incorporated into anybody that uses that computer. So it's a good tool for non-technical parents to at least start the process of starting to manage what happens when their children are surfing the internet.
Now, can you get in there and block certain categories? For example, anything to do with pornography, I want it blocked. Anything to do with drugs and alcohol, I want it blocked. I mean, can you get that detailed?
Absolutely. In fact, by default, it's going to block anything and everything that it feels like could cause a problem. And then you can go into the setup screens and actually say, well, I'm okay with this particular, let's say, guns or ammunition, that kind of thing. You're okay with those kinds of websites coming up. So you can modify those things. And also, as you kind of surf through, if you find a site that you do want to allow the kids to use in the future, you can put an administrative password in to let it kind of come, to allow it to be seen in the future. But I do want to caution parents, using just technology as the way to manage this is, there's a real easy way to bypass these filters, and that is to go to the friend's house, or if they're really motivated, they can figure out how to disable the software. So we really caution parents on using this as the only way of really managing this in their homes.
Well, what's another way of managing? Because the stories that we're talking about now, it's the big MySpace controversy, and that kids are just putting things on the website that it just attracts trouble and predators and a chance to have these, not so much websites that they're logging onto, but it's the communication between bad people and good people.
Right,
our kids and predators or someone else.
And the mistake parents make is that they feel like they've locked it down in their homes and they can just go to their friend's house and continue to use their MySpace to tell people about themselves. The key here is parents need to get involved. They need to talk to their kids on a level that the kids can communicate with. And we're seeing a much better kind of percentage of parents taking the initiative, but it does take time and effort, and that's really what scares a lot of parents away. So we're really big about telling people the technology is like 20% of the equation. The other 80% is really communicating. Set up a MySpace page. I mean, a lot of parents have never even seen MySpace, and the first time they go, they realize, boy, there's a lot going on here I'm not sure I want my child to see, and that's the kind of involvement that it's going to take for parents to be successful.
Ken Colburn, thanks for your time.
You bet.
Let's get straight to Frederica Whitfield with an update on that missing boy in Texas.